What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Paranormal Mind podcast. How's everybody doing today?
What's up, everybody?
Okay. I was waiting for it, dude. You always throw me off because I'm waiting for it right away. So then I sound stupid, and I'm like, "What is how's everybody doing today?" Like they can answer.
Yeah, right.
It's like they can answer me or something. What's going on? Good Lord, man. The times that Shane is baffled on stuff,
dude,
is
one of my favorite podcast
time.
Episodes will forever be the one where I changed your voice in the middle of you talking and you didn't know that I could do it.
Oh, like, and you weren't hiding that you could tell. Or you weren't. No, you weren't hiding. You weren't hiding the fact that was your favorite, because my God, that was,
dude. Like, I laughed.
We laughed probably for 10 minutes straight.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
People got a kick out of that episode too.
Oh man. So do you remember which episode it was, so we could tell people that are listening to go back and listen? So if you're new here,
I do, man. It was the "Do you know the Muffin Man" episode.
Okay. So
do you know the Muffin Man?
So if you're new to this podcast, we talk about the paranormal and all things strange and unusual, but we also goof around way too much sometimes. And there's this one guy over here, Josh, that loves messing with the soundboard and the sounds. So, yeah. And then you have me, who's normal for the most part, I guess.
It's funny because, and I think you said it in a couple of episodes ago about how like infamous it's become, the soundboard. I can't tell you how many people come to me and they're like, "What's up, everybody?"
Well, that's what I was about to say. Like, we even got merch now because people have requested it. They've requested.
Dude, it's so funny.
"What's up, everybody?" stuff. So, but anyway, what you been doing, man? What you been doing? This week?
You know, the same as you, man, probably, which is working and editing. A lot of editing going on. A lot of top secret stuff, I guess. Won't be secret for too much longer, but
yeah. So
a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, one thing that's not a secret though is like we've got a production company. It's called Lights Out. And we have been producing a lot of really cool paranormal content, true crime content is going to be coming up. And it's for a specific reason. And like we'll be able to talk about it more in the coming weeks, I guess you could say. But the reason why we're doing that, and Josh, you and I were talking about this a little bit before we press record, but it's all to listen to the people out there that are wanting to see the paranormal content and the strange and unusual stuff. If anybody is not up to date with everything, like there's a lot of shows that you love and enjoy that have been canceled. And so the networks, that they look at the monetary value of it. Is it producing what we need? And if not, they've been cutting a lot of things out. And that's just how networks operate. I'm not knocking them here or there. It's just how it is. That's how they operate. And that's why we've kind of responded in the way of producing content. We're trying to produce more content that everybody out there can actually listen and watch and enjoy.
So it's been stuff too, right? I mean, just
super different stuff
as visual storytellers. And we were fortunate, I guess, to kind of get a peek behind the curtain of network TV too, right? And get a little bit of understanding of like what the things that they're looking at and the kind of metrics that they use to decide if they're going to pick up a show or not. And some of those metrics we don't necessarily agree with. It's just not, and we're not in those shoes, so we can't really answer that. But ultimately, we just want to do something a different way. We want to do something differently and kind of course correct back to creating things that people like.
Yeah, and something that's going to make a difference with people. Like
Yeah.
you and I have both said this plenty of times, and it's kind of like we're preaching to the choir a little bit, but
Yeah.
like it's money makes the world go round to a degree,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So, but it's not all about that. It's about making an impact, and if we are making a positive impact um, out there, then I think it's important. And we've said this all the time too. Is like we're all on a journey. We are all
Yep.
searching for something, and that is absolutely true. So I think why people like the paranormal, the true crime, all of this other stuff, they like it because they are on a journey. They are searching for answers in some capacity, and these shows resonate with them in a lot of ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think us producing what we're producing is really going to shine lights on things that maybe you haven't thought of before. And not just that, but you're going to be entertained in the process because we have the fortunate, we've been very fortunate in the fact that we own a production company. We own all of the equipment associated with that, which means
you could
that
see
we have the capability.
Fair amount of it behind me.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And
we have the capability to produce network quality content,
Right.
And that's what we've
really
been doing.
The decision on whether or not we want to try and produce a certain story that has certain people on it is just ultimately just up to us, right? And we talked about we need to get back into the days of like risk taking where we can see success based on a vision instead of an already existing success, right?
Right, and not pigeonholed viewpoints either. So think about this, right? So like, what is the paranormal mean? It means out of the range of normals, and it is not. It is a lot of it is not proven, 100%. So the methods and approaches that you use, people need to be open to that, to different methods and to different formats. And I think us being able to have the creative control to produce content that kind of shines light on things that you haven't really seen before is going to change the game in a lot of ways. And I'm not saying it like from an egotistical standpoint. I'm saying it that I'm very thankful that we get to be a part of this movement to a degree, if that makes any sense.
We've said it when we started going down this road is that, this is not just about us. It's about the fact that there's a lot of people wondering where their favorite content went. Why isn't it on television anymore? Why isn't such and such or so and so doing anything anymore? And it's like everybody. I mean, those are good questions, and I wish that we could give you an actual logical answer. You know what I mean? And our response to that is to try and bring it back. And
exactly. Great minds think alike, because that's exactly what I was going to say. Our response to it is doing it ourselves. So like, if we're not
the only way we know,
right. If we're not seeing it from like a network perspective or whatever, then we're just going to respond and do it ourselves. And that's what we've been doing. And in the coming weeks, you're going to be able to see how big that response actually is, because it goes beyond the production company. It goes beyond searchers. It goes beyond everything that we've been working up. And I've been thinking about this a lot, man. And like even more so the past few days, because I've been on like a very restrictive lifestyle diet change, and it's kind of cleared my brain a little bit, which I'm thankful for. But what I've been thinking about lately is all of these things that happened in our lives, man, just with me and you from 13, however many years ago. We just linked up on social media and we're talking. I knew that you were a filmmaker. You knew that I was into the paranormal stuff, right? For the Searchers idea was birthed way back then. it was almost like it was foreseen that it needed to happen way back then, and life got in the way and a lot of things happened. But man, to see the progression of once we actually determined, okay, this is what we're going to do.
Right.
This is how we're going to do it. Like the growth in the last 2.5 years has been exponential.
Absolutely.
It is almost scary how much the growth has taken place.
I know, man. And we've been, we've been fortunate to get some relationships that, and just have some really, really good friends, some good supporters that just, all they have to hear us say is that we have an idea and we're doing something, and they've got our back, immediately, because they just believe in the things that we do. Which is just super humbling.
And
right?
That's not right. It's humbling. It's not egotistical at all.
No.
What I think it boils down to is, again, I think they do realize that we're not all in it for ourselves. Like there has to, you have to have a path and a goal that is bigger than you, and that is going to affect other people in a good way. And if you don't have that, then what you're doing in life is
what are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah,
you're only affecting yourself. So
you have to have some kind of, I guess, I have to have some kind of purpose outside of financial success. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, like, what are you doing? And
trust me, I've had to make decisions and stuff.
I know,
based off of that. So
I know, and
you have too. You have too in a lot of ways.
Hey, and if you look behind me and you see all these cameras and everything, and it's like, some people that are in the filmmaking are going to look at it and think, man, I wish I had those cameras. Remember, I had to give up a lot to be able to do that. You know what I mean?
I was about to say that what people don't realize is the sacrifices you had to make in order to have vacations, doing a lot of stuff that you could have done,
Right.
So it's again, it's bigger than ourselves. And this is one thing I was and y'all, normally, if you have listened to the show a lot, you're used to like a certain format of us like talking about a topic or story, and which is cool, and it doesn't mean we're going to stop doing that per se, but I wanted to have this a little bit different. Me and Josh both wanted to have this a little bit different, to just off the cuff just talk. And like one thing that I wanted to ask you in particular, Josh, is like, how have you seen, like in the past even 5 years, how have you seen like our genre, like the paranormal and stuff, how have you seen that changed, and what do you think could be better? What do you think that is cool that maybe we need to go back to?
So I think if you're talking like specifically paranormal, of course, the biggest thing that you see is that like the amount of drama out there with stuff. And first off, I want to make no mistake, drama exists in every facet of life. Your choice on whether or not you're going to be involved in it is up to you. And you and I have always saw eye to eye on that, where we just leave it at the door. You know what I mean? If it don't belong to us, we don't want it. And and we always try to live a life with a certain amount of transparency too, because one, we don't have anything to hide. Two, I think it helps with the drama, right? Is like, if you don't have anything to hide, it's really hard to be dramatic about anything going on in our lives.
Right.
I do see an overabundance of people getting into the paranormal, which I do think is, on one hand, is really good. But I think like with anything, and I know I've spoke to you about this before, I think that eventually like the people that are in it for the right reasons are going to be the ones left around. You know what I mean? And
well, we've seen that already. We've seen a lot of people come and
in
go
everything,
too.
right? Yeah, exactly. And honestly, for us, I would think that like the longer we've been doing this, and we've kind of been like on the same course that we've always been on, the easier all of that has gotten for us. It's actually, we don't, we're just thankful to be able to do events. We're thankful to be able to go to these locations and film, hear the stories, meet with people, talk with people. We rarely even talk about paranormal stuff when we do our talks now. So, because there's just more to life than just that, and
yeah. And we still talk about the paranormal stuff, but we talk about life. We talk about, we know that the people sitting in those chairs are more than just fans per se.
Right.
They're way more than that. They're people going through things, making sacrifices to be sitting in that chair, so we recognize that.
Exactly.
We recognize it and we respond accordingly to that. And, and that's been our driving force. I think the businesses that we own, businesses, and that's a little clue right there, and we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But the businesses that we own is a direct result of the response to that, and wanting
what's
impact.
really great about that is that we look at everything with such a weird lens, because when we get started on an idea and we even get into it financially, that's the first thing that matters to us, right? Is how does this affect the people around us? You know what I mean? How does this affect
not even the money? Like, hey, it's not even the money aspect. It's
that's I mean, and that is so 100% true. You know what I mean? It's like we look at that aspect before we look at money.
It's true. Yeah.
Because if you can't solve both of those problems at the same time, then you need to find another way. So we are very we pay attention to the fact that the things that we do and the way you treat people and the way you approach doing anything, it matters, right? It has to matter.
I 100% agree. 100% agree. So going back to the drama topic for a second, all of us know that drama sells, right? It sells. Yep. And why do people? Why do you see certain people that really love the gossip aspect, right? Because it brings something up in people that makes them be entertained. Yeah. They're entertained by that.
Yeah.
So I don't think some of the drama that people really respond to is necessarily them trying to solve anything. It's more of,
no, absolutely
this makes me excited to hear. This makes me, I love getting into because me, for one, I love debates. Like I used to love debating people. It was one of my things, and I've shifted in a lot of ways, but I used to love debating people. Because it was fun. Like I loved sharing a viewpoint and like getting a gotcha moment and being like, haha, but then as I get older, it's like all of that is pointless. Like, again, we're all on a journey and some of us are on different paths of that journey.
You just have to look at things like, what is there to gain from it? Right. Because time is the most valuable thing any of us have, right? So how much of your time are you wasting on things that are not going to be value added to not just your life, but the people around you and what the world is going to look like after you're gone? How much time are you, because you can't get it back. You'll never get it back. It's, we can solve a lot of things. We can't solve that yet. So.
Yeah, so we were just talking about that with the time aspect of we're not getting
it's fleeting,
younger.
Man. No.
I'll be 40 in a few weeks, dude. Like I can't even believe that. Me saying that sounds weird.
We're more tired today than we've ever been, but we keep it going. We keep it going.
Yeah, that's all you can do ultimately.
Yeah.
So like I do want to give like. very vague. So we said we were going to be doing different types of content. We're exploring comedy in the paranormal. We're exploring true crime. We are exploring
the comedy is awesome. It has been
the
so
comedy.
much fun.
The comedy, I promise you, is very unique. I will say that. I'll just leave it there. It's unique.
It's been great.
Y'all are going to be either highly annoyed or highly entertained, and hopefully there's a mixture of both.
I think there's going to be a mixture of both. But for me specifically, man, when we're culling through some of that footage, and I'm just laughing the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I know.
Don't know what to expect.
I know when filming some of it, man, I've about died laughing. Like, I know there were certain points where there's certain points where I'm rolling my eyes and like, holy hell. And then there's some where I'm like, this is gold, you know?
Yeah, right.
So we're exploring that. We're doing all this stuff. So I wanted to talk real quick. I think this will be airing fairly soon. So we are going to be at the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. That's going to be July 26th through the 28th in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And where is that? Can you pull it up real quick, Josh? Where is the location that we're going to be?
What is that? The Eisenhower, I think it is.
In Gettysburg?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be the Eisenhower, July 26th through the 28th. It's only a few days after my birthday, so y'all come hang out with me, hang out with Josh. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is we have got a huge announcement. It's probably the biggest announcement of mine and Josh's career. So far.
Yeah, for sure.
And all of this,
for sure. Absolutely.
And we want y'all to be a part of it. The announcement is going to be more than just telling you things. I think it's going to be we're going to be able to offer something and bring that to the table when we're there. So please, if you can make it and you're listening to this right now, please share this with your friends, people that want to see a change in the paranormal, but they want to see the stuff continue. You do not want to miss the event in Gettysburg. Now, we will be announcing stuff after that, in the coming weeks or whatever.
It'll never start, but this is the beginning of that, right? It'll never stop past that. But if you want to be into this and you want to make a change and you want to do things differently out there, this is where it starts. Come to Gettysburg.
Yep. Yeah. And this is the first access. So this is going to be, y'all are going to be some of the first ones to even know about this, so of course we're being vague right now. It's because the announcement, the amount of work that we've actually put into the actual announcement itself is a lot, and we would be gypping a lot of people if we just announced it on the podcast now. So we can't do that.
What better way to do it than to do it in person, and we can share it all together, right?
And that way, if you have questions and stuff, we're happy to answer it. There's going to be
the Gettysburg Bash, man. I mean, it's always really good time there. You can't miss it.
Oh, it's always a fun time. But there's going to be other people there that are going to be a part of that announcement in a major way. So
I get chill bumps thinking about it, man, because of how we've managed to get all those people together too. It's crazy.
Yep. They're going to be along for the ride, and they're going to be an integral part of what the announcement is and what we're going to be talking about. So please, if you can, July 26th through the 28th this year at the Eisenhower in Gettysburg, come join us. It's a great time. It's a good cause. It supports the Wounded Warrior Projects and other charities.
And they raise a ton of money there too. Yeah.
You're gonna have me, Josh. You're gonna have Dave Schrader going to be there. You're gonna have Brian and Rochelle. No. Aaron Sagers is not going to be making it this year.
Oh man.
Yeah, he had another engagement that he let them know about, and it came to fruition, so he had to.
I gotcha.
Unfortunately, step aside for that. So, but you're going to have a lot of people there. You're going to see Ray from 28 Days Haunted. You're going to see all these people there.
You'll see Ray. You'll see Sean Austin. He'll be there. Name
off some of the stuff. I'm sure you've seen.
I'm trying to think who else. Daryl Marson will be there.
From Ghost Hunters,
A&E's,
Ghost Hunters. Brian and Rochelle, of course, will be there.
Yeah, Brian and Rochelle. Scotty the Medium. Charm City Paranormal will be there now. Oh, Sarah Lemos. Yeah, Sarah Lemos will be there now. Sidekicks Paranormal. If you've met those guys, they're a trip. So they'll be there. Yeah, I mean a lot of people.
Is Mike going to be there from Southern Heat?
Yeah. Mike, our buddy Mike will be there. He'll be there. Vince will be there. Vince Killian, the urban investigator. He'll be there. He's a great guy. Yeah, a lot of people. A whole lot of people.
Yes.
So be our third year?
Don't miss out on it, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be our third year there, and
our third year. So
it's been fun time every time.
For sure. So y'all don't miss out on that. Thank y'all for listening to us this time. We just wanted to talk a little bit about things that are going on and things that we got in the works. And we appreciate y'all's support. Our sponsor for this season is Horn Paranormal. They have fantastic paranormal gear. So if you're into ghost hunting and things of that nature, they have some top of the line products that they offer. They do. So you can go to hornparanormal.com to take advantage of that, or you can go to searchersbelieve.com and check out some of their gear there. I believe we have a couple of things.
Yeah, we do, and it's exclusively designed for our site. So then Horn Paranormal also has their own design. Yeah, Horn Paranormal, man, they are amazing people. They have been people that we have leaned on heavily. They have helped us out a lot. And I'm telling you, just just from the people that have bought equipment from them, you wouldn't be disappointed.
No,
they make some
not
great
at all.
gear.
It's quality gear. It's not flimsy stuff. It's made very well. Also, go if you're not a Patreon member, we've got some really cool things in the works for Patreon as well. You can go join us at patreon.com/searchersbelieve. That's right? It's not the paranormal. Yeah,
that's right. I just like how you've grown, man. You're not saying /. I'm still in the / era.
Well, it's because your wife said that we're old, and I don't want to give
producer Mandy.
Yeah, I don't want people to think I'm old. But yeah, y'all go check that out. And thank you so much for listening to the podcast. And until the next episode, we'll talk to y'all later.
Love ya.